Hello everybody, Gerone Wright here, and once again you're with me on my Gerone Wright channel. Okay, I have an image up here of the Statue of Liberty. I'm always drawn to this location. When I run across the image, I'm paranormally drawn to things that capture me and captivate me in that way. It's the way my mind is geared ever since I've encountered my experience and encounter. All right, I call it a paranormal experience and encounter. And this, again, I'm looking at the Statue of Liberty here, and I look usually for images, or I look for something, because I'm drawn to it, and it's always something dimensional going on, and I'm dealing with dimensions and other dimensions. So, in this experience that I had, and what I'm finding about this is that I look at the Statue of Liberty as a Trojan horse. Okay, as a device sent from another country that has a message of deception behind it, just like we did with the I guess the war, I guess, in Troy, where they sent in a Trojan horse and it actually had a underlining other meaning behind it, where these soldiers jumped out of the belly of it. And this is what I look at the Statue of Liberty as. When I'm drawn to this, really, people, this is where I'm at with this. Every time I come to this is what I come up with. But anyway, I'm looking at this here now, and I'm looking at the statue, which represents that of a pyramid. It's in a pyramid shape, a pyramid and a star, and then a star and a octagon, which don't have 8 sides, but it's actually 10-sided. Now, it may be 10-sided or it could be 8-sided, because up here, back here in the corner where I have 5 and 6, these could actually constitute as one, and then it'll make it an 8-sided pentagon. Okay, so, but regardless, the indication of it being an octagon, the island, is there. All right, now that's a problem. Now, if you go and look at this scenario as being in that of a cult, let's say a pyramid and a star, do you know what you come up with if you go to the Codex Magica 21? It's the motto of Mossad, and it is a logo. It says, "By deception we conduct war." A Kabbalah symbol from the Book of Art and Symbols of Occult, Destiny Books, Rochester, Vermont. So, a triangle with a star inside of a star states that by deception we wage war. This is, the feeling that I already get of this being a Trojan horse without me even discovering this scenario first is actually, is verifying what I'm feeling already instinctively through my paranormal experience and encounter. I look at this as a deceptive device that is placed in America. Now, where did this statue come from? Well, people, it came from a French artist, and his name is Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, and he's the one that actually sent this over. Now, this is at a time when France was in trouble itself. So you have an artist that has this idea of sending this statue, creating and building this statue, and let's call it a device of peace, and send it over. But the reverse side of it is saying that it is a creation of deception. Now, an American architect is the one that built the base for this thing. His name is Richard Morris Hunt. Okay? But, however, Richard Morris Hunt is all of his skills and qualities of it behind his architect ability was acquired abroad, over in Europe and over in France. So this here is a problem. So the whole concept behind this is, again, comes from abroad, and we do not know nothing about the architects the builders, or what they stand for. This is no different than if you were to take this and put a symbol of a devil here in a pentagon and being worshipped. Now, most of you don't know. And another thing that I have a problem with, I'm going to bring up, is with this, is that these goddesses, I forget the name of the goddess that this is supposed to represent. It escapes me right now. But my problem is that, I mean, these goddesses are supposed to be mythical. So what are we doing anyway? Isn't that something along the lines of being caught in itself, that we have the idea and the concept of goddesses, the images of goddess? Now, I read somewhere else where this was supposed to be like in the likeness of Batoldi's wife, this, that, and the third. But still, people, how do we get to arrive at a point to where artists from other architects from other countries can donate objects which we know have which you do not have no idea what the underlying symbolic message is behind? We know, though, however, that wherever there are octagons, stars, pyramids, that it has an underlining and dark side of occult message. Now, failing that scenario in this Trojan horse thing that I'm stating, how do we know that this is not a device, some high-tech device, based on the composition that it is, just in the statue itself, of not being some type of a weapon of war, a jamming device, a signaling device, a communications intercepting device? I mean, people, a relay station of information, that where information is tracked and through some kind of crazy way sent somewhere else. I mean, we're probably saying that in the 18th century that technology was not available, but people, these people that were interlinked to this stuff, I mean, there is technology that was available, and which I'm discovering, that we knew nothing of. And people that had the ability to rise to a level of success to do stuff like this here, take statues and build them in their country and then send them to another country as a Trojan war device. I mean, you don't know what is going on. Now, I'm going to say some things here that's going to raise your eyebrows. Now, this is a pyramid with the woman on top. Now, I know what the woman symbolizes. I'm not even going to go into all of that. This is a pyramid with a woman on top. The woman is inside of a what do they call that? That type of star. It's like a decagram or something. I forget what they call that star. But the star is almost like a 10-sided star, I would imagine, too. Okay? But anyway, I come up with that being a symbolization that represents deception. This is what this is. Deception. So, and check this out, people. By deception, we conduct war. That's the logo behind this star with the triangle shape in the middle. By deception, we wage war. Now, people, with everything that's going on, look at all of the wars and things that America is engaging in now. Look at what happened with 9/11. Look at what happened in Iraq. These other places all over across in the Middle East. Just imagine through a cult-like way, through by a cult symbol, this meaning that in some way that the France, this is their message board, that by deception they wage war. Imagine 9/11, these people being the true people responsible behind 9/11. Imagine these people being the true responsible parties for having America engage in all of these mini wars across the Middle East. Like a divide and conquer thing. You know, I have in my gut feeling that I mean, with America splitting and sending its army out in all of these different branches, I sometimes wonder, is this by design, that one day when these soldiers are calling themselves returning home, they get destroyed and then America get captured? Is this what this is all about? For America to go out and make all of these different enemies globally by the design of these people that say by deception we wage war. And then this is America, in other words, defeats itself, where it's going out and targeting people that they believe to be the enemy and may not be the enemy at all, and that the ones that they think are their allies are the ones that are actually the enemies. And I find this to be the case with ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty and people that have this knowledge to do things like this, to build and create octagons and stars and pyramids in the middle, and then have ancient Greek gods. This is a representation, a symbology of ancient Rome and Greece. This is not America. This is something that has a cult rooted meaning that was placed in America, and I'm actually defining it as a message board with a triangle in a star in a pentagon. I mean, in an octagon. But this right here is symbolizing, if you look up at what a triangle means in a star, it represents the Kodak Magica 21 motto of Mossad, and it is a logo, and it's read, by deception we conduct war. This is not a symbolization of peace. This is a symbolization of deception and of war. This is what this is describing. Again, people, I encourage you, go look at the architects, go look at the builders, look at how this thing arrived here. Even with the American people that was involved, the American architect, even this person, his skills came from that of abroad, from Europe, from Rome, and from France. These are not by design of America. And which I'm going to do a video, because most of our other buildings here in America, these superstructures, have this Rome air about them. This, people, is where there's a dark side to everything that is going on here. This is no different than if you were giving an object to wear, anything, an ornament or anything to wear or put in your home, and you do not know what it means. These are soul claiming devices that have an underlying cult message behind them. We are being fooled, and America is the dumping ground for where all of this ideologically, all of this stuff takes place. People, how can we be so stupid to not understand this? And it's right there in your face. I'm going to come in close because I'm going to lose my time here. So this is a symbolization. I got this numbered around, but people, this is a symbolization. It says by deception we wage war. This was sent to America as a device supposedly has said peace. And I'm telling you that it means the opposite. You have an octagon, you have a star, and you have a pyramidal triangle in the middle with a woman on top, with a mythical Greek goddess that stands for everything behind Rome. And Rome, as I'm finding, is the founding stones of all of this stuff was dealing with this underlying cult crap. How does this stuff get in America? We are sold on every and anything. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these buildings that are in America in my next video. I'm going to end this video there. Again, people, this whole entire island, the star, the triangle in the middle, it is all a representation of We, by deception, we wage war. I'm going to end that video there. My name is Gerone Wright.